Hey guys, it's Catharsis here, and today I'm going to present my best effort with you guys at a very um, in-depth and first time at TOA experience. I see a lot of people that come to my chat that are unfamiliar with raids, and they're especially a little intimidated. They don't have a lot of confidence when they come into a Discord call with me, and when it comes to this raid, right? And so I decided to kind of do this video to kind of show you guys like, hey, this raid is not hard. You don't need, yeah, I have 5 bill gear. You don't need 5 bill gear to do a chill 150. What you do need is a relative grasp of the mechanics in game and some awesome rune light plugins. So that's what I'm going to go through here first, okay? So if we go through my plugins on the side here, the first one I'm going to stop at is Tile Packs, right? This one's in the hub. This is just an amazing plugin that has built-in tiles for everything, a lot, not everything, but a lot of PVM encounters in the game. The main things we're going to focus on just in this one is TOA Sabak Puzzle. That's really the only one we need on. We're not going to be doing any cheesing like butterflying, red X. We're not going to even Kefri melee trap, right? I'll explain. We won't do that because in the gear I'm wearing, that's actually going to hinder us more than it's going to help us. So get tile packs, turn on that Sabak puzzle. That's the only one we need. Let's go down to radius markers. It's going to be this guy right here. And the marker that we want to set up, if you just want to copy, pause right here and copy this exact setup. It's for the volatile baboons, okay? And then the jugs at Zabak, okay? And then there's also a third one for when it moves. So if you want to copy all these settings, they're going to help with a couple different things in the raid, and I'll explain when we get there. Screen markers. Yeah, we don't need to use any screen markers. TOA Mistake Tracker is an amazing plugin. It lets you, it shows your mistakes from your last raid. So probably grab that. Inventory setups. That reminds me, I'm actually going to save this as a new setup, and we're going to say it TOA Iron. Okay, because this is a very nice iron-friendly setup. Alright, hub party panel for communicating with your teammates. That's a huge one. We don't need it for solos, though. And I think that should be it besides the actual settings. And then, so now we go to our Runelight settings. We're going to get one called Tombs of a Maskin. It's by Lemon Duck. And we're going to go to Edit here. And this is what it's going to look like immediately. The really only thing I think that helps is if we go to Akka, Shadow HP Overlay. That lets you know how much Shadow HP is left. Doesn't for your first time TOA, it's not important. As you start to get better at the raid, you could make a couple misclicks, and that kind of helps with it. This one, Path of Atmic, this is huge. Okay, Baboon outline all. So now the baboons, they're a little bit hard to see, but now they're going to be outlined in the same color. You can check this volatile baboon tile, but we also have a radius marker for it, so we really don't need that. And we're going to go to another setting too. That's going to make it easier. And yeah, make sure these are all set to the right color. Go down to Path of Scarabus. And make sure that you have Show Obelisk Skip Solo Only. Essentially, when you do a solo for the Path of Scarabus, you are going to, you only have to do half of it. And there's one thing called obelisks, which is the longest one. And if you, this is going to highlight the door green to show you which one not to do obelisk. That's why it's called obelisk skip. Okay. And then we're going to get a plugin in the hub called Better NPC Highlight. Okay. And I'm sorry if you guys have epilepsy. Please do not use this if you have epilepsy. This is this can hurt you. Okay, this is a warning. There's a warning in here. Okay. If we pull up Better NPC Highlight, we can go down to Turbo Mode. It's going to give you a warning too. Please, if you have epilepsy, don't use this. Okay. Press Turbo Highlight, and in Turbo IDs, put 11716. That is going to highlight the volatile baboons, so they are very easy to see. Okay, so now let's look at our gear that we're running for this. Okay, because I wanted to, and I'm actually going to change this Ring of Shadows out. I'm going to grab a Berserker Ring. Ring of Shadows would be better, however, I feel like for Iron Man, probably a B Ring is easier to get than Desert Treasure too. So we're going to stick with the B Ring Eye. Any ring will work here, guys. for a 150. And suffering is not. A lot of people say, I take a lot of damage at TOA. I need a suffering. You don't need a suffering, guys. If you avoid all the mechanics, the only damage that you should take is from Akka, chip damage, right? And from Baba, chip damage. Once you learn mechanics for everything, it becomes very easy. I would say the monkey room does get a little bit hard. But we're gonna bypass that. We're gonna make this raid so much easier just with one simple switch, okay? So, and a lot of people don't do this for the first time, Toa. Alright, so we have Helmanetsia. That's going to be our hybrid range melee helm, okay? We're going to have a Glory, right? That's just a downgraded Glory. We are going to bring some cape switches. So I got Ava's Accumulator, I got Fire Cape, and I got the Imbued Samurai Cape. If you want to bring the regular Mage Cape, fine. I would say for 75 Mage and a little bit of Wilderness content, guys, this cape is awesome. Okay, this is going to give you a magic damage bonus plus better magic attack. Okay. We are going to bring a bolt switch. We're going to bring ruby bolts and diamond bolts because there's a couple scenarios in which we need different bolts. Rune crossbow, book of law, just to give us a little bit more range DPS. And then we got the mixed hide top and legs. Guys, this is amazing for this raid. It almost feels like this armor was made for TOA. What this does is not only does it give you a range strength bonus, right, or a range attack bonus, it's going to give you a melee strength bonus, close to Bandos. On top of it, it's going to give you a stab bonus, and you're going to be stabbing a lot of stuff in this raid, so it's very nice. We are not going to, we're just going to sit in Mystic boots and gloves the entire time, simply because there are only two places in which we needed heavy mage DPS. That's going to be Akka, okay, and it's going to be Wardens. We don't have the greatest mage gear, so I tell people, with the spells we're using, with the gear we're using, just bring mystics, bring Zerakin. Work on your mage, you know, because everything else is going to be weak to the stuff we're using. It's going to be weak to range if we're attacking it with range. It's going to be weak to stab if we're attacking it with stab, right? And then yeah, we got the B-ring. In the inventory, we do have a full set of the Blue Moon armor. The reason why, I think, let me double check this actually. I'm pretty sure you can also use air hymns. Well, I think the only reason... Yes, so with the Aram Staff... So I'm going to be auto-casting Undead Grasp. And the Aram Staff can auto-cast Undead Grasp, alright? So you can use Arams for this. I just think, A, it's cheaper, and B, it's also, in my opinion, easier and more accessible. But look at a lot of people don't realize, like, I don't have an occult on right now. With this Project Rebalance, with this gear on right now, guys, if we pull up the stats, I have a 10% magic damage bonus, plus a 115 magic attack bonus. That is more than enough for Akka and Warden's P2, man. That's the only time we're going to be maging. And we're going to be using Undead Grasp. We're just going to be using a level 79 Arceus spell, man. Definitely bring the Thralls, too. Why not? Why not add a little bit more DPS, right? So I would say that would be the hardest. The hardest thing is the 79 magic for Undead Grasp. That's probably the hardest level for this. Everything else you can probably do just at base 70, base 60. For my prayers, I am going to be using Mystic Might, Eagle Eye for the majority of it. I will use Piety. I do think Piety, especially with this being a stat-based raid, Piety is almost essential here. Now I'm going to go over the invocations real quick for you guys. Okay. In this gear, right, if we look at the risk of this gear, your items kept on depth, PK Galactic. So, we're risking 11.6 mil. Almost 10 mil. If we trade out that B-ring for anything else, that literally drops us at 5 mil risk. Okay. So it brings it down to about 6 mil for the whole risk. If you do die with hardcore on in a raid, sure, it's going to be a time lapse, but you don't lose that much money, especially if it's your first raids in this year. So we got hardcore on. We don't know how much time we're going to take, so we're not going to turn any timers on for now. We are going to turn on a thing called Deadly Prayers, okay? Essentially, this is a very prayer-heavy raid. At certain times, we will have to change our prayers. And if we get hit off prayer, we just take a little bit of smite damage, essentially. All right. In Kefri, we have two of the invocations on. We have Lively Larva and Blowing Mud. All right. These are just going to affect the eggs when the egg phase happens, and the dung when the dung phase happens. Okay. For Zabak, we just have the magic, the blood magic specials, which all include, it's just a simply between his special attacks, he's going to occasionally do a little blood magic attack. It's going to happen in rotations of 3. The first 2 are just going to be a blood barrage he hits us with, and then the third one is going to be these blood thinners, which are 3 little guys that you just have to keep moving, keep dodging. For Akka, I do tell people start with Stay Vigilant. There's no reason. A lot of people are scared of Akka. It seems like a very threatening, scary boss. There's no reason not to start with Stay Vigilant, especially in a solo, guys. What this means is you just need to keep an eye on his prayers and switch accordingly. This is going to make you better at switching your gear in game, and it's also going to make you better at Akka because you're going to be more aware. For Baba, we just have Gotta Have Faith, which is essentially, if the sarcophagus do get opened by the monkeys, they're going to do some damage based on prayer. Not a big one. We have jungle japes, which if the monkeys spawn, if we kill them, they're going to leave bananas. We just have to dodge the bananas. And then we have shaking things up, which is Baba's going to do a slam attack, and it's slightly bigger. Super easy. For the Warden's invocations, we only have 2 of them on, guys. And I know it may seem a little bit intimidating, Overclocked 1 and Overclocked 2 on. However, please note that this is almost essential for when you choose Baba. Because what's going to happen is once we do Warden's P3, this is going to make the tiles go slightly faster, but it's not unbearable. Once we're at Warden's P3, after the third set of skulls, Baba is going to appear. Or right when the third set of skulls happen, Baba is going to appear. And he's going to start dropping boulders on us. Why these are almost like required for me on a first raid is because when he starts dropping boulders, as long as you have these 2 on, you only have to dodge the first boulder. Because as long as you stay in time with the floor, right, your right side, left side, middle, the boulder's always going to be behind you and it's never going to bother you. It makes it super easy, guys. So there's our invocations. Big thing, if you do want to trade, I tell people if they do want to trade out Stay Vigilant, probably trade it out for On a Diet and bring brews and restores. However, some Ironmen can't do that, so we're gonna be chilling with the Karambwans when we go in. There's a good chance, guys, if you do this method, there's a good chance that you won't ever need to use these Karambwans. Besides the first couple ones, I probably won't. But yeah, in our inventory, we got the Karis, right? Fire Cape, D-Defender, DDS, and Bone Dagger. These are very easy items to get for special attacks. This is going to be for Wardens. This is going to be for Zabak, Kefri, anything. I don't really spec an Akka or Baba, so you definitely use this at Baba. Oh, another plugin, too. I'm sorry, guys. I completely forgot about this as I'm looking right at it. It's going to be called Inventory Tags. And this is what is going to essentially be what colors it. So once you have this, all you have to do is hold shift, right click an item, hold shift, right click an item, and there should be an option for inventory tag. And you can choose the color it remembers, or you can pick a color. You can reset the color. And I use, of course, yellow for the hybrid, melee range, green for range, blue for mage, and red for melee. Yeah, I think that should be it, guys. So we're going to go ahead and head on into this raid. We're not even bringing a pre-pot. We got our super strength, we got a super attack, we got a ranging potion. Guys, if you don't have the herb lore to make these potions, this game's amazing. Oh, also don't forget your anti-poison. This game's amazing. There are plenty of mobs out there who drop potions for you. I'm gonna do a little fast Krondis here, so that way we don't have to mess around in this room, and then I'll explain what I'm doing afterwards. I might actually miss it there. Yeah, I do miss it here. Dang it. I think I'm one tick off. Yeah, one tick off. So normally you can get that in time for so the crocodile doesn't chomp it. However, I was one tick off. I was actually two. I think I missed 2 ticks. I definitely missed one tick at the end of the second one. I think I missed a tick going in there. So just want to do this one real quick so that way I can explain it to you guys what's going on here. How these tiles are set up is that, and how this game works, very interesting mechanic. As long as you have run on and you move 2 tiles at a time, your character never existed. Because it takes 1 tick or 0.6 seconds for you to get to that second tile, character never was on this middle tile. So all these tile markers are if you notice, these statues are not, sorry, I'm gonna join the hub party panel so that way I can ping stuff. These statues are always going to be in the middle of these right here. Okay. What this means is as long as we start on one of these tiles and we go all the way to the end, these statues never hurt us. We never exist on those statue style. The only thing we have to dodge is that green little acid. Okay. And the easiest way to dodge it, as you saw me do, is just wait for it to disappear. This room is super easy, guys. We're going to go back, save a little bit of run here. We get run as soon as we go into Zabak, but we're not in a rush. We're going to make sure our crossbow is set to long range at the start of it. A lot of people, and make sure auto retaliate is off. If you get good enough with Zabak, you can start doing it on rapid and just changing it when the specials happen. We're going to keep it on long range, so that way we know for sure we're not going to get dragged at certain things. Alright, we're going to put on our bone dagger to start. We're going to drink our superset and our ranging pot. Put on piety. Bone dagger has a bit of a weird animation, so what you're looking for is that XP drop. As soon as you see it, run away. Bam. That way it doesn't melee you. That's a range attack. We're going to turn that off. Put on Mystic Might. And now we just range him. Go ahead and summon our Thrall here. That's a mage attack. And turn sounds on, guys. There's a sound cue for so much stuff in this room. As long as you turn sounds on, it's going to let you. We got our first special. We always want to be on this side for the specials. It's always going to be an easier side. We're going to hit it, then we're going to attack. Bam. Get behind these rocks. Keep attacking them. Ruby bolts have potential to go off here, guys. This, with a rune crossbow and adamant ruby bolts, you can still do amazing things. That's a range attack. And guys, you have right before the projectile hits you. If you want to learn to flick, this is a room to learn to flick. Alright, we got our first blood magic. It's going to start on blood thinners. I'm just going to run to the other side of this real quick. Get to the other side. Oh, see, it hits us for a little bit. Not a big deal. Now we're just looking at the waves. You can shift and highlight, tag all these waves. It makes it a little bit easier to see. Got an NPC called Thrall Helper. Helps a bit with the thralls. And just keep moving for the waves. As long as you're on long range, you should be, I think this is the limit for the drag, so most of the time you'll be good. Back to mage. It's going to do the second rocks, and for the second rocks, the solve is always going to be better on this side. Back to range. Yep, there's the second rocks, and look, we have a diagonal solve right here. That solves it right there. That's a mage. I don't even need to see it. I can hear it, right? That's a range. Still hitting 98s, right? Even at this health, even past half health, we're hitting huge with our ruby bolts. I would say probably around 30 to 20% health. Yeah, see 75 at that range, still huge hits. So we're going to wait till around 30 to 25% health. I think that's when we hit 50. Summon our Thrall. Alright, and this is the last waves. Now they come from this side. Alright, these guys are a little high over here, so I think right here is the limit for crossbow where it won't drag you. It is. As long as it's in long range. Alright, here's this enrage phase, so it's attacking slightly faster now. And now we're at 20%, we're going to put on that diamond to the mage. That's this little blood barrage attack. We had mage on, so it did nothing to us. And now we know no specials, we can go ahead and put it on rapid. I do have Candor and Hard Diaries completed, guys, so that will make my bold effects happen a little bit more, 10% more. It's not the hardest one to get, guys. If we pull up the achievement diary, right, and look at the requirements for this hard diary. What do we got here? Become a champion. You need a friend for that. You kill a mage in the fight cave. Oh wait, that's Karamja. What am I doing? Candor. Adoy. 70 fishing, right? 60 agility, 70 fletching, all right? 70 prayer, right? Most people should have piety at this point anyway. Just base 70, base 60 stuff. Started Desert Treasure. Don't even need to finish Desert Treasure, right? 75. Okay, so 75 smithing is going to be the hardest requirement for that one. And if you don't have it, guys, it's not that big of a deal. You're just going to hit slightly less specs. You're still going to be able to get DPS. For the next room, we're going to go ahead and put our Karis Partisan on. I, for this raid, have just brought a regular old Karis Partisan. This is the one I was telling you that shows you this is going to be the right side. So if you do solos, you don't go straight down. What we're going to do is we're going to solve the first one. We're going to go right here. Okay. And then we go across, because the pillar, that's the obelisk. That's the one we don't want to do. It takes the longest. So now we go to this one. Easy. This one, make it slightly faster. All you need to do is 3 on the first side, and then 4 on the next one. It should be solvable from there. Sometimes you do get hit with a 50-50. We didn't get hit with a 50-50. It makes it a lot easier. After you do this a couple times, it's so easy. There's a 4-point task here called Perfect Scarabus. I don't think I made it. I think I'm going to be like 4 or 3 seconds off. But it's a very easy task to get. Especially in solo. You just need to do it under a minute. Let's see how long. 5 seconds. Before we go in this room, we're going to drink our superset again. We don't have to pray anything at first. We do need to be aware that Kefri is going to dung us after the 3rd attack. So on the 4th attack, it's going to dung us. We don't want a melee trap. So if you notice, I have tiles set up here for melee trap stuff. That's more advanced. Because we need to attack stuff with our Karis Partisan, we're actually just going to put the first dung right on this line here. So drink our superset, put our piety on, go in there, hit it with the bone dagger. Hit his hero. Bone dagger usually doesn't hit here. Yeah, just fireball, just move 1 tile. Fireball, move 1 tile. It's gonna do its thing here. We just get in the corner. Beautiful. Look, it's already down half health. It's already down half health, just poking it with a partisan. Alright, this guy is weak to the Karis, so I'm gonna start moseying on over here because we know that ranger is gonna show up as soon as we lower its shield. 1 or 2 more good hits. There's the egg attack. Put on protect range. We want to attack the nearest one just in case it explodes. It can do some damage to us. Alright, we already got protect range on. He poisons us, so we're just going to cure it with our anti-poison. Beautiful. And now we can just whack these scarabs, guys. We probably won't do anything. I don't like to whack the scarabs because of that, especially with the Karis, but it is an option. So you can just chill if you want to just chill. Turn off the prayer, say a little bit of prayer, drink a potion. Gives you more points anyway. But if you do want to bring darts and be hyper efficient and bring darts in here and swarm, so that way your Kefri doesn't Kill. So we know that it did an egg attack. So after it does an egg attack, that means its next special is going to be a dung attack. So we're actually going to go back to this corner, okay? There it is. As long as you're on a corner, you can stack up a decent amount of dung. Actually land another vicious blow on that too. Alright, one more good hit. Alright, one more good. Oh, and we forgot to summon a Thrall. That happens to me in this room. We're going to turn on Protect Melee here. We're going to take a little bit of those scares, and we're going to kill the Major first. Sometimes you do get a little bit of bad RNG on the Major. It happens. We got it that time. Oh, the Thrall killed it there. So now we're just going to kill the Melee. And this is... Check Melee, this guy doesn't hurt us. You see these guys aren't really even bothering us. We get hit at 2 there. Then we just put back on Protect range. Kefri's back. Bam. Kefri easy, guys. Kefri is free. As you can see, no Blood Fury, guys. This isn't one of the... I hear a lot of people that get locked in this mindset. I need this gear. I need to have this. I need... With TOA, it's all mechanics, man. If you can avoid the mechanics, if you know what to pray, if you know where to walk, you don't take any damage in this raid, guys. Besides Akka. You will take chip damage at Akka. We get swarmed here. And we get that little notification on our character. So always be ready to get swarmed. Always be close to where you're at. Now, as we get to... So we're going to lower its final shields here. And it's going to automatically dung us when it lowers its final shields. So we're going to kind of be... we're going to be aware of that. Of where we're at. So that way we don't get surprised by it. So it's going to dung us here. We don't want to get it doubled. So we're going to actually just not attack there. Oh, whoops. And then, hopefully, yep, this is going to do it there. Bam. The only time that this room becomes difficult is if you're not aware you're about to get dunged. You get dunged and you get trapped. If I ran into there, right, instead of running out here, this room becomes a little bit harder because now I have to range it. And now it's got better ranged defense than melee. Bam. Kefri dead. Just as our prayer ended, too. Beautiful timing. So, first 2 bosses. Let's take stock of our supplies. 1 dose of ranging potion. 2 doses super strength. 1 dose of super anti-poison. 1 prayer bot. That's all it took. Okay. Now we have to ask ourselves, what do we have? What do we need? There's a good chance, if I look at this here, and I say, hey, I need this liquid adrenaline. I've seen enough TOA videos. This liquid adrenaline is going to make my DDS go off at Warden Speed 2. So I need this. Guys, don't get into that mindset. Okay? This liquid adrenaline is a slight time save. What I need new people to focus on is staying alive in this raid. Because you're going to beat yourself up. I beat myself up over and over again. Just spending hours dying in this raid and not living. So you're going to take stock. If this is your first ever TOA, guys, please take life. Please take life. Please take life. The reason being is because ambrosias are a one-click save me from anything. And I tell people, if you pick life, the worst thing you could do now in a raid is just die with an ambrosia. Alright? Once you got an ambrosia, you have just one-click save anything. I like this chaos here. This chaos is going to give me a decent amount of bruise for Baba and Akka, and it's going to give me assault. Okay? There's a good chance that I can use both salts, because there's a good chance I'm going to get a chaos for the second one too, right? But I may get life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get chaos, and I'm just going to deal with Baba unsalted. It's going to be a little bit longer, right? And I might use a little bit more bruise. However, it guarantees me assault for wardeds. Okay, so we're going to choose chaos here. We don't need all these Karambans anymore. So Ironman, put all your food back. We don't need these prayer potions anymore. We do need this super anti-poison, so keep that. We are going to grab 1 and 1. one. Why we don't grab, you can grab many if you want. What you can do, as long as you're using RuneLight and have the menu entry swapper, is you can shift hold this and swap the left click to an option called a resupply. Okay. So now if you have resupply set here, you only need to bring one of these potions out. Because as long as I don't completely finish the potion, I can just drink one dose, resupply, they're back up to 4. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but I think it does help. For this room, it doesn't matter if you don't have 85 or 83 mining. You just have to do it twice, guys. The big thing is that you won't get that perfect hat, which I think they actually took the time off of it. So this is another thing too, in which the plugin solves it for you. One thing I do have to explain to people a lot, and it doesn't seem counterintuitive. You notice there's 2 sides to this room here, okay? You always want to be on the side of the puzzle, okay? If I were to go here, put my thing down, get it in position, and push it from here, there's no spots for me to run to. It's all blocked off. It's the game telling me, hey, you need to be on this side, okay? Another pro tip, instead of wasting time, say we just run here, right? And put it here, put it down. It's in the wrong direction, dude. It doesn't matter where you are. If you get this puzzle, as long as you run here, run through, and you can run through here at any time, dude. This beam, as long as you move 2 tiles at a time, never hits you. Because it's that 2 tile at a time roll. So you're going to run through, and then just run back, put it down, perfect position. Be very careful putting it right on there, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to time this so that as soon as it turns green, we want to be 1 tile away and click on this head seal. That's why I have these tiles marked. Particular, this green one is probably the best one, because in a close puzzle like this one, notice it's this one and this one, if I stand here, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to take a little bit of damage, so we're going to avoid that by standing here. Wait, push, oh, push, wait for it to turn green, hover over it, as soon as it turns green, click. Oh, there is no time limit. You can get it. That's pretty cool. Okay, now we're going to do Akka. Akka is always good to have salted. He can be a pain, so we do want to finish him as fast as possible. We want to make sure we get our inventory set up here, guys. This can get very, very convoluted very fast. So what I like to do is I like to separate everything. We won't need the bone dagger. We do want to keep on Diamond Bolt E here, because that's going to be our main DPS against the shadows. I think Karis may be slightly better, but I know for a fact I can DPS it down. Gonna eat our salt, and we want to, just to keep it safe, we're gonna put it back in the pack. He always starts out attacking with melee, so you always want to start out with mage. Summon our little mage troll. Keep an eye on the prayer, guys. Keep an eye on the prayer here. Protect range. Oh, and I had augury on, guys. My bad. I'll remember next time. And get your prayer open. First special is black orbs. Just don't move. Alright, and then we got the first shadow. Gonna put on our range here. Alright, well, we're always keeping an eye on his prayer here. Because there he goes. He switches right there. Every attack he has a chance to switch. There he switches again. There Simon Says. Yellow, white, yellow, black. And you can attack this guy. That's an easy way to kill this guy, because the timer stops on that DPS check. So now we're going to put on Mystic Might. Oh, he changed. Put him back on Protect, Range, and Piety. Hopefully it doesn't change again. Sweet. Alright, we're going to predict the next change. So we're going to get a Ranger. There it is. Change up. Drink, fill up our tears there. Drink another sip. Your prayer will go down quite a bit here because he is going to do chip damage, right? Next Shadow. Keep an eye on his prayer. There it is. Melee. Now we're going to fix our inventory while we got the time. There's Simon Says. Red, white, yellow, mint. Protect melee. Put on our Mystic Might. Let's get him. Hodge our Thrall. Protect range. Put on Piety. Hybrid Gear. Miss the top. Protect mage. Oh. Okay. Drink a prayer potion. Fill it. And we're going to put on our mage guy. We're predicting the next one here. Alright, we got the next shadow. We always want to drag him to the next quadrant too, guys. Because as soon as a shadow dies, he can't take damage in any of the other quadrants. There's going to be Simon Says. White. Red. White. Yellow. Attack mage. Fix our inventory up again. And what I mean by fixing it is just getting the mage switch ready to go, because we know that it's going to be melee next. So there's the melee. There we go. We're going to take this time to heal up here. Okay, get our range gear on. Simon Says. Yellow, black, red, black. We can attack this guy on every tick. Back here. We got plenty of time. That's our little timer up there for the shadow. Perfect. Attack with mage. Let's get our little mage Thrall out here. We're going to heal up again here because we are getting close to the enrage phase, which we want to be as high health as possible for the enrage phase. He does like to switch right before he goes into enrage, so we're going to get ready for that. Oh, I have the wrong prayer on here, guys. That'll probably help a bit, huh? Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think he's going to switch. Oh, he would go into Simon Says, though. Oh, there we go. So now we get on our melee gear. We're going to put on Protect Mage and Piety. Now we just zoom out. We just keep an eye out, man. This is the best way to deal with this. Is just keep moving, keep an eye out, get away from some that come close to you. One or two hit you. They don't do that much damage, so just don't worry about it. This is this in Caffrey, there's a, it's an easy way to learn how to Bruin move. Bruin move. It's almost dead here. We get full health at this room, so if we don't need to heal there, we need to. So now let's look at our supplies. Let's see how many supplies we used. Guys, Perfect. We got more than enough for Baba. Okay, that's plus in our inventory, that's about 3. Okay, so about 2.5, 3 brews for Baba. And restores. When we get into this room, we're going to grab this, going to grab this, and I do like to essentially make a little bit of a hybrid setup here. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to be switching capes and weapons. So I'm going to put on this, this, and we're going to put this weapon here, this cape here, this weapon there. We're going to run this instead of the blue moon. Yeah. Got a little bit of the blue moon on. Heck yeah. The first one's going to be mage. Our first one's going to be melee, so we're going to go ahead and get our mage stuff on. There's vents. Attack range. I think we can one-shot this with salted with piety. Yes. I don't think we can without piety. Protect mage for this guy. And then for the shamans, we are going to want to range them. They are pretty weak to range, so. That's pillars. We're going to hit this guy. And we're going to stand next to him. Oh, that didn't work at all. And protect mage after we kill this guy. I'm actually going to throw a bolt into this guy, since he's annoying. So we're going to kill this, then we're going to lure this volatile right there. Hit the pillars. Kill this guy. We take no damage from anything right now, because we got protect range on, and there's only 2 rangers. So we're gonna these cursed baboons can be a bit of a pain, so we're gonna get rid of them first. Careful on the drag there, guys. The cursed baboons do love to drag, so just be aware. That's vents. I think with piety these one shot. Oh, whoops. I didn't switch to the partisan. I don't. We're gonna kill these guys, and then we're gonna go straight into protect mage. We're actually gonna lure this volatile right over here, so that way it can kill the shaman. Beautiful. And the majority of the thralls. Now we're going to put on protect melee, because we got a bunch of shamans and melee guys coming after us. Get rid of this guy. Vents. Get rid of this ranger. Take care of the shaman. And now we just got thralls and the melee guy attacking us besides the shaman. So after we take care of the shaman, we're going to fix the issue. Now we got to clean up the room a bit. Okay, so if you do want to bring darts for these guys, feel free. I think technically your Karis is going to be the I think it's a 4-tick weapon here. So we do still have one more wave coming. What we need to remember is as long as we have 3 or 4 NPCs alive, okay, it's pillars. Yeah, I knew it was pillars. Even though I didn't see it, I could tell it was pillars because I didn't see it on the vents, right? So now that we have 4 things alive here, we're safe, we're chilling. Now that I killed something, it should spawn the next wave. Yep, there it is. So this is going to be the last wave. There's a lot of volatiles here, so we're going to try our best to get next to a shaman. And we missed it. So we're just going to kill both these shamans. Drink a sip of prayer. And my salts ran out, which is why I'm hitting so terrible here. Probably focus these guys over the curse because these guys are slowly draining my prayer with every hit. Alright, and that is that room, solo, with very little gear. As long as you don't freak out and realize what's hurting you the most, that room becomes very easy. We're going to pot up here. We still have our superset, which is huge here, because we're not going to salt for Baba, so we're just going to drink our superset here. We do have to remember, though, if we brew in this fight, and let's check out our supplies here. Sweet, plenty of supplies. As long as you have 1 or 2 brews in this room, you'll be fine. They really made this a lot easier. We're gonna superset here, which that's why we didn't store the superset in case of a Baba like this, right? Gonna get our stab stuff ready, get our range stuff ready, make sure we don't have the ruby bolts on, drink our superset. And the key to this room is protect melee. Protect melee. As long as you protect melee, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, it probably would have been a better play for me to keep those prayer potions too, just so we are a little bit low on brew and prayer here. So at 90%, he's going to drop that first rock. He does a slam attack here, which is what I said. You got to watch that floor, guys. There's that rock, 90%. And we got a rock right here, so we don't even need to move for this. A little pro strat is, if you know he's going to boulders, he's going to do another slam attack. Just get out of the way. If you know he's going to boulders, try and stay near the bottom of the room, guys. How this works is I can move fastest the closer I am to the bottom of the room. So now we're just going to attack the boulder, get in the lane. Once we get a couple nice boulders we like this one, too far away. So I'm just going to get in the lane. I'm not going to try and rush in. Why would I take damage there? This one, perfect. Take a little bit of prayer. And as you can see, with this gear, guys, with the Dragon Defender, Fire Cape, and Mixed Hide, I am shredding through Baba. This guy is very weak to stab. You don't need a Fang to kill Baba. You don't need a Verdict to kill Baba. You don't need a Blood Fury to make up for the health loss. He's barely hit me. This is a 150, guys. We're not doing a 410. This is just a regular, I want to dip my toes into TOA. This chill 150. Drink a bit of prayer there. And he's going to do his next boulder attack at 33%. I'm pretty sure even on a corner here, I'm still fine. Yeah. Even on the corner there, guys, we are still fine. It's going to drop another rock for us right here. It's going to do a slam attack here, probably. Maybe not. Sometimes he likes to do it right after the rock throw. Oh, he's not. He usually saves that for the third part, though. One more good hit. Oh, and I completely forgot to summon Thralls here, guys. Don't be me. Remember to summon Thralls. Find our boulder. Click it. Find our boulder. Click it. Ooh, this is an easy one. Alright. Let's summon a Thrall. There's a slam attack. Oh, we're going to go ahead and kill these monkeys, so that way they don't do any damage to us. Or as little damage as possible. And they're actually stuck right here. They actually can't move, so that's pretty cool. Baba's going to do a slam attack. We're going to next to a rock. A little bit low on health here, so we're just going to heal up. And we got this superset, so we're just going to re-superset here. Why not? Why not be efficient with our supplies, right? And that's what I was talking about. He likes to combo that slam attack with the rockfall. That's killed many hardcores. Um, Remember that the slam attack uh, is always going to be the harder or the easier thing to tank. That boulder's always going to do damage if you're not next to a rock. So I tell people if they get in that situation, eat and just eat that slam attack. Never eat the boulder attack. So we got monkeys here, but we're so close to killing this guy. We're just gonna ignore him, man. Right? They're gonna whack us a little bit with range. We're totally fine here. All right, let's check our supplies. Whew, ran a little bit low. Got close on the restore there, but still made it. So this is where chaos gets a little tricky. This is a bad chaos, guys. This has all brews, no restores. Never in a million years would you take this. And plus, you really do want that ambrosia for Warden, so always take this life here. Alright, we're going to start with our range gear and with our ruby bolts on. This obelisk has pretty decent HP. We're going to grab our salt out, a little scarab, and an ambrosia. We're going to fill everything. Perfect. Now, we're not going to salt right at the start of this fight. The reason being is the salt isn't really necessary, and we have this range bot here. There's a reason I kept this range bot. Guys, if you don't need to store supplies, try and utilize them. Okay. The reason I don't want it is this salt lasts for 8 minutes, and with this gear, I want to make sure I'm salted for the final part of Wardens. So I'm probably going to wait until the first down at the core before I even hit that salt, alright? So we're going to hit this range pot. We're going to make sure our ruby bolts are on. We're going to put on our Mystic Might. Talk to this guy. Oh, talk to this guy. Stand here. Start clicking. We're going to wait till, I would say, about 66 health. 65, 66 health. Right about now. That's when we get off. And you see we hit an 80. These ruby bolts are amazing DPS here. Up until about half health. So once it gets sub, yep, 59 right there. Sub 200, we're going to pull off these. Move here for here. That's why I have these 2 tiles marked. And there it is. Now I switch to diamond. And we're going to keep it on diamond for Wardens, because the ruby bolt, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, this could be false information, but I don't think ruby bolt procs affect. We're going to eat up here. So these are going to do damage to us regardless, so we're going to eat here. 3. And then 1. Then we're going to re-range pot. Remember guys, if you got the potions, use them. Oh, and if you got the thralls, use them as well. Completely forgot to summon thralls. A lot of people ask me why I summon Mage Thrall for the majority of stuff. This could be more misinformation, guys, but as far as I know, the Mage Thrall attacks the fastest. So it technically can get the most DPS. We're going to stand here. We're going to put our Mage gear on. We're going to eat up a little bit. He does do chip damage. Make sure our Mystic Might is on. That's a ranged attack. Oh. And that'll happen, guys, if you brew down too much. Alright, I think the first one is Windmill. So all we have to do for Windmill is just wait for it to go right in between us, and then we run to this tile right here. Now right around here, he's going to do a prayer attack, which he turns off our prayer, and we have to choose which prayer right there. And this is a red scimitar, so it's going to be the melee one. Back to a mage. Alright, next one's going to be Yellow Skulls. My big tip for Yellow Skulls, guys, is stay on this edge here. Protect range, that's a prayer attack. Another range. And you're looking for these little shadows. It's a mage. We're going to get right here because we're about to... Oh, that's a melee. And there's his core down. So now we salt. And we DDS. As soon as we're done with our DDS spec, we want to attack with our highest damage, fastest weapon. So that's going to be our partisan here. So now now it's going to be a range. I want to make sure that we use diamond bolts here. It's going to be red line too. Hit a little scarab because we're low on prayer. As soon as this red dot appears, we're going to run to this tile right there. And back. And that is how you avoid all damage here. Attack mage for the blue orb. We don't have to worry about repotting anymore because we're salted, so if we brew down, that's totally fine. And one more hit. Beautiful. DDS if we can, we can't. We don't have a spec yet. So we're just going to whack it with our partisan here, guys. Now, because we already know the rotation, we got red line into windmill. We know that the next one is going to be skulls. So I'm just going to go over here. Oh, whoops, wrong prayer. Sorry, guys. Mistake. I'm just going to go over here and get ready for the skulls. Right off the rip. And we're just watching the floor. Move one tile to dodge that. We're just watching the floor. That's arranged. Oh, see, we're perfect there. That's a mage. That's arranged. Into a move. Alright. And red's and the yellow skulls is over. Hit another scarab again. Scarab's gonna give us prayer over time. Move one tile. Wait till it appears right there. And again. It's gonna do a thing. Yeah. DDS. We got two specials here. And then we whack with the Karis. We may need to down it one more time, guys. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's going to be one more down. We could do it. Two more hits here. Ah. Alright, now we attack with range. It's going to be windmill. That's a mage attack. We're going to go ahead and get our health up here. That's arranged. Get ready to run now. And third brew. Ready to run again. Some little ranger guy. That's a mage. It's going to be yellow skulls, but we're about to down them here. So we're actually going to play it by ear here. We're good on this skull because we're two cardinals. And there he goes. Get out our DDS. And then once more. And now we put on our ruby bolts. So we want to make sure we orientate our screen south for this. Go ahead and eat up. Why not? We got 4 minutes on the salt. Start on the right side. Go left. Go middle. Summon our mage now. 3 minutes 30 left on the salt. I'm pretty sure we should get it done in time, guys. We just gotta hope these ruby bolts hit the number. But once again, if you run out of salts a little bit early, it's not the biggest issue, guys. It just means you gotta focus on your movement a little bit more. We haven't even touched our ambrosia yet, so generally that's the goal. You want to make sure your ambrosia isn't used till the very end. Oh, went a little early on that one. We got plenty of times for these skulls, though. Plenty of time, though. Nice. I always start with Protect Mage. It's a 50-50, though. Now we have to remember on this next set, Baba's going to spawn. We only have to dodge the first boulder. That's arranged. And I don't need to see anything to know his attacks. I just need to have sounds on, guys. As long as sounds are on, you just gotta listen for it. That's a mage. Alright, so now we're just gonna wait for this first boulder. We just need to dodge this one. And now, because we have overclocked 1 and 2 on, we never have to worry about the boulders. That's arranged. And this should be the last set of skulls here. And just have to dodge his first boulder. Beautiful. Yeah, that's a mage. Into the range. Sometimes he does like to act like Jad. As we get to the end of this fight, we can go ahead and equip our diamond bolts. When he re-enrages, we do want to equip our ruby bolts to try and get a lucky proc right off the rip. But right now, it's just not going to do much for us. Perfect. Enrage. Now we just kind of zoom in a bit. And just keep an eye on the floor, guys. And every time I'm not moving, I'm attacking. I'm gonna hit a last scarab here. Summon another thrall. It's a mage. Into the range. Alright, now it's going to be around sub 200 is when you want to think about switching. Almost there. Guys, this seems really hectic, but as long as you keep moving to an empty tile, it's really easy. Oh, we are sub 200, back on the diamond. Gonna ambrosia here. No. Last round. Don't freak out. Just keep moving, guys. Remember, we got ambrosia for a reason, right? Take our last ambrosia here. Summon a thrall. And we might as well pot up here since we got it in our inventory, right? That's a mage. And that is Warden's done. Like I said, it can take a little while at P4, but as long as you don't freak out, remember you got Ambrosia, everything's going to be fine, guys. Let's see if we got a purple on it. You never know, guys. What do we have? A 1.91% chance? Very small, very small. And we don't get the purple. But I really hope anybody who watched this enjoyed it. And I hope you see you guys at TOA in the future. Have a good one.